Hi guys, hope you're well. Today's video has been pulled together in response to some feedback that I received on my Apple Loop chord pack. If you haven't checked that out, then there's links down below. Check out the other videos. There's a basic and an extended version of it, but in essence it's a completely free pack that I've pulled together that you can install into your Apple Loops library. It gives you a full library of MIDI chords that are fully integrated with Logic Pro's Chord Track, so it gives you the ability to preview and to very quickly start knocking up chord progressions that the session players are going to play along with. I think it's a really cool bit of kit. Had a lot of great feedback on it as well, and I've not seen it anywhere else, so hopefully people are finding it really useful. So a small number of users fed back that when they upgraded to Logic Pro 11.2 or upgraded to Logic Pro 12, they have had some problems either with the packs have stopped working, or they were struggling to get them working in the first place if they were new users. I've recreated those issues and I've got a solution for both 11.2 and for Logic Pro 12. It does work in all the versions I've tried it on. So hopefully today's video will help you get up and running irrespective of which version of Logic you're on, so you can start using these, making your own tracks and having fun with it. Let's jump in. Okay, so I had some feedback that the Apple Loop library didn't work after upgrade to Logic Pro 11.2. Let's just check the version we're on here. And yeah, 11.2.2, and I've recreated that here. These are now greyed out. You can see we're in our sound packs, Logic Pro Beanie Guy, and they're just not working. So let's see if we can get that fixed. So the first thing to do is go and look at where the files are actually located. So the instructions to install them was on the Macintosh hard drive in your main library. You wanted to go into Audio and Apple Loops, and there we go. We've got our Logic Pro Beanie Guy folder. You can see that we've got all the chords in there, so they should be showing up, but they're not. Up here, what I've got is the user library. So you'd get to this by going up here, Go Library, and you can get to Audio, Apple Loops, and then you'll see User Loops. So what I'm going to try now is just seeing if dragging them into our User Loops makes any difference. So I'm going to go into User Loops. I'm going to just drag my Logic Pro Beanie Guy folder in there, and now I'm going to go back into Logic and see if that's made a difference. So what I'll need to do is come up here and just go re-index all loops. So we've refreshed those loops now. Let's just have a look back in our sound packs. And if we scroll down, we can see that they've moved out of the Apple Loops into this bottom section here, which is where our user loops are stored. I'm going to click on Logic Pro Beanie Guy, and sure enough, they are back. And you can see that the chord track there has actually picked up the chord as well, which is just what we're looking for. So here we are in Logic Pro 12, and I've had a couple of comments where people have struggled to get the Apple Loop chord libraries installed on Logic Pro 12. So I'm going to show you how to overcome that now. So the first thing I want to just show you is in the Finder. I've downloaded the Logic Pro Beanie Guy pack. This is the basic chord library. There are two available now as a modal one as well. You want to go to a Finder window, and if you can't find library in this list here, you can type go to folder. And what I've found is it's easier and more robust to put them in the user library. So you want to use this tilde, which is the little squiggly line next to the left shift key, /library/. That should get you to your user library. And what you'd normally do is go into Audio here. You would then look for Apple Loops, but the folder's not there. And I've only just discovered that this is missing by default in Logic Pro 12. So what we want to do is go back into Logic. And the quickest way I've found to get it to generate the library, and I think it's worth getting Logic to do the work for us here, just to make sure that it's all linked up correctly. I'm just going to get my pencil tool and I'm going to create one small instrument region. I'm going to come into this and I'm just going to now create, I'm using, say, the brush tool or the pencil, it doesn't matter. I'll just put in a single MIDI note there. So there's now a little piece of data in this small region. I'm going to open up my loop library, and then I'm going to just drag in this section. Now I am using a trackpad here on a laptop, and so it's a little bit fiddly, but there you go, it's dragged it in, and it's going to say add region to Apple Loop Library. So I'm just going to call it test loop and click create. Now I've done that, I can delete that little section there, and what I'll do is go back to the Finder. So here we are back in the Finder, and you can see that that Apple Loops folder has now appeared. And we've got user loops, and within there we've got single files, and you can see there is our test loop that we've just created. Now that's ideal, because all we want to do now is drag the Logic Pro Beanie Guy folder into user loops, like so. Now we can go back into Logic and tell it to refresh. So here we are in Logic 12. I'm going to go back to sound packs. I can see now I've got an option for my loops. It's created that, and there's my test loop. If I scroll down to the bottom, I want to re-index all loops. And now, in fact, I can see them there, but what I can show you now is if we click here down at the bottom, we now have a Logic Pro Beanie Guy section. Preview the sounds, which is the thing that really sets this apart from your average MIDI pack. And as you drag them in, the real benefit here is that it's got all the chords integrated and fully built in. So you can very quickly start to build up your progressions and use your studio musician built into Logic to play the chords that you've just put into there. So I hope that's helped you to get up and running in Logic Pro 12. So if you haven't come across one of my Apple Loop libraries before, this is the sort of thing you can do with them. Now the session musicians are playing dynamically there. These have been pulled in just in a matter of seconds. You can preview any chord. And as soon as you drag them in, it updates the chord track. So if I wanted to replace that major first there, let's say I wanted to go for a 6/9, immediately it updates. So let's go through and change some of the others. I've got a major 4th there. Okay, let's say I'll try a major 9 on that one. We've got a major 7th as well in the Mixolydian scale that we're using there. I'll try a 7th chord there. And let's say, what have we got? A minor 5th at the end there. Let's try a sus 2. See how that sounds. So as you can see there, it's updated the chord track. The chords are actually embedded into each of the regions as well, and the session players are playing along dynamically. So if you haven't done already, do check out the other videos, get your hands on these packs. There's a modal pack with all of these different scales that you can see here, tons and tons of options in there. There's also a basic pack available with just a major and a minor variation as well, if you don't think you'll use all of these modes. But everything's completely free. Download it, check out the videos on my channel, and have fun with it. So I hope you found that useful, guys, and it's got you up and running irrespective of which version of Logic you're on. If you haven't checked out the packs yet, I'd encourage you to do so. Really simple to use. I think it offers quite a unique way of building up chord progressions. I'd love to get any feedback. The feedback so far has been great, but always happy to help, and always good to hear how you're getting on with things. So thank you for watching. Please do hit that like and subscribe button if you found this useful, and I'll see you on the next one.